What's up, Sagittarius? Welcome to your June read. I hope May was cute for you. You guys had a lot of cute little new beginnings that seemed like they were trying to come in. I think I remember an Ace of Pentacles type thing, money things, which is really nice. Before I get into the reading, this is going to be general, right? This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, or even Venus. And particularly Venus, because I've already pulled your cards, and this, even though it's a general read, this feels very much like a love read this month for you guys. So I'm probably mostly going to speak in that kind of context. Please take the message as it resonates, because we're not all living the same life here. But this looks interesting. You guys have what's really interesting is you guys have two major arcana, right? You've got Death and you've got the Lovers. With that, you have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. And I love seeing those together in a reading because that indicates to me that this can be a really strong connection. This can be like a soulmate situation. You also have a couple personality cards. So let's open up with that. Well, before we do, let's start here. This is what's unseen. This is the bottom of the deck. This is the Queen of Wands, which is your energy. Beautiful energy. So the Queen of Wands, she's a really dope queen because she's really cool. She's really charming. She's about that action. She makes things happen. She's very creative. She's very passionate. She's very beautiful. She's charming. Like, everybody likes her. She's like the perfect host. Her house is beautiful and fly. She likes to travel. She's like always doing. And she's also the most sexual queen of the deck. I don't know if if you do tarot or if you've ever noticed, she's the only queen that's facing forward, where her body's not at a slant. Her body's completely facing forward and her legs are open, right? Kind of in that kind of come hither way with her kitty cat right behind her, or right below her, right? So I do feel like you guys are really embodying your energy. But remember, because it is a Queen of Wands, it is really going to be for you guys that balance of masculine and feminine, because you guys are fire sign. Fire sign is automatically a masculine sign, right? But then you've got that with queens. Queens are always feminine. So really this month about finding balance, really this month too about knowing boundaries, I feel like. So you're starting out with the King of Wands. Also, aside from me, like when I see like the Lovers and the Cups together, or Two of Cups together, also whenever I see like a matching King and Queen set, I always feel like that's like a really big indicator of like a very serious soulmate connection as well. So it's really nice, right? So you guys are embodying your energy, your King of Wands energy. King of Wands is the man, okay? He's very creative. He's very passionate. He's charming. He's usually fine. He usually smells good, dresses good. He's the life of the party. But he's a king. So like where he was a knight and he was a little bit more immature and maybe like a little bit more of a player, he's more refined at this point now. So a lot of you guys are really at this place where you're refining and tuning up your swag or whatever. You know what I mean? So this person's very refined. They're very career oriented. They go for what they want. It's a beautiful energy. This is like that charming guy who has it all. This is like if you go to a party, he's the one that you want to talk to. You want to be in communication with him because he's just really fucking cool and like he's just cool. You know what I mean? So you guys are really embodying your own energy with that, which is really beautiful. Now what's crossing that, you've got Miss Queen of Cups. I do feel like a lot of you guys are feeling like you have made a connection with someone. Could be a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, okay? If it's not a water sign, it's just someone who embodies the energy of the Queen of Cups. Now, she's a really beautiful queen. She's like, so this is like the mom who loves all your friends, even the ones that are trash. You know what I mean? She's the one who like gives the warm, friendly hug. She's very inclusive. She doesn't judge. She's that one mom who, like, if people go to the house and, like, your friends are talking to her and, like, getting counsel from her or whatever, this person usually works in fields where they are taking care of other people in some kind of capacity. They make great teachers, nurses, like, caretakers. They're really good for that. But she's very inclusive. She's very loving. She's also very empathic. She's very psychic. She's very intuitive. This is someone that you feel ease with when you're around. Like, you feel like you could talk to them and they won't judge you. You know what I mean? This is someone who I feel like a lot of you feel like you're falling in alignment with. Again, it could be a water sign, but if not, it's just someone to you that embodies these qualities, right? Yeah, she's the one who takes care of everybody. She's the one who thinks about everybody, okay? And she's the one who actually cares and will sit there and listen to your feelings. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of you guys have come into connection with that. Now, what's crowning is this Ace of Cups, which is beautiful. A lot of you guys are like in bliss right now. You feel like your cup runneth over. Shit's cute. You're really digging your love life. You're really digging your life in general, because it doesn't have to be about love. This is just an energy of falling in alignment with, to your purpose, Ace of Cups, it's a card that brings, or that indicates that there's like a high emotional attachment to something, and it could be something new, right? Because aces are the beginning, so they're on the cusp of something new. So a lot of you guys really feel like like a lot of cool shit starting to happen around you, and it's really opening you guys up to love, not just romantically, but just love for all things in a really beautiful way, right? It's like, I do feel like this Queen of Cups energy, I do feel like she makes you see things differently. Like, she makes you notice things. She might make you notice the trees when you're out, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's a good example, but like, she's someone who kind of helps you see things a little bit differently in the world. And again, whether you're a boy or girl, this is general. So again, take it as it resonates. These are just the energies of it. And whether you're a boy or girl, we all have masculine, feminine energy. So I'm going to speak it the same, right? But just know that I'm not specifically only talking about a woman. But yeah, I feel like you guys have a lot of love around you coming in. This is something like God gives you that little, like, here you go, girl. It's going to be cute. You're going to be around people who you feel connected to. This is like just really feeling in alignment with your purpose, with your life, with the people you love, with your family, whatever, right? Now, that's all really great, but I do want to warn you, no looking in the past, okay? Because the Five of Cups energy, it speaks about, crying over spilled milk, crying over situations that maybe in the past didn't work, okay? Like, maybe you guys were involved with someone else who you guys really, really loved or felt like a close connection to, and something went wrong to where you guys broke up. And it's almost like this person is either always crying over, like, just the fact that they've lost this person, or be mindful, because I feel like this is a lot of you, be mindful of not beating yourself up over the things that happened in the past that maybe were on you. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing. And not to put that into your space too much, because you don't want that to affect you going forward. It's like all these cups in the past that are spilled, they're spilled. You know what I mean? But you've got two more cups here that are just sitting there waiting and full if you just turn around. So just be mindful that you're not bringing this energy into your new relationship, if that's what this is, because this is not going to serve you well in that. Absolutely look at the disappointments. Absolutely look at where you've messed up, or look at the things that you won't take going forward dealing with the person, and thank God, spirit, whatever, for all the lessons that you've learned in that relationship, and move on without being stuck in this energy of, oh, but damn, you know what I mean? Because it seems as though you guys have felt like you really came into a connection with something, someone, something, right? This can be any person, place, circumstance, right? Two of Cups is all about falling into alignment, feeling equal. you know, not someone who completes you, because I hate that. We're not supposed to find someone to complete us. We're supposed to come complete ourselves into a relationship, and then, you know, find someone who mirrors us, or like, you know, who balances us, or where there's reciprocity. But there is no making someone complete. But with this person, you really feel like you guys are like in alignment. Like you feel like there's an equal, you guys would feel like you're equal in the way you guys feel. You know, this person really makes you feel emotionally happy. This could be someone you're very passionate about, and, you know, just like really dig in. This is a really good energy. With that, moving into the future, I do see like there's still this balance though, this Two of Pentacles. And it's interesting. The past we got a 2, and the future we got a 2, right? So again, I think a lot of this Two of Pentacles energy speaks to kind of the 5. If I can pick it up. The 5 of Cups energy, even though they're different suits, right? I do feel like you're trying to find a balance in this relationship, because it's like, whatever things weren't successful in the past, or whatever things you participated in to make, you know, go wrong in the past, I do feel like you're kind of working overtime to make sure that doesn't happen again. The thing is, for a lot of you, I feel like where things may have went wrong in the past is an issue of boundaries. And it's funny, I said boundaries before, because the Two of Pentacles can speak to knowing your boundaries and knowing your limits, and as well as trying to juggle out something, as well as trying to balance, you know, your work life and love life or whatever. Like, yeah, it's about all of that, but it's really about knowing your boundaries. If there were boundaries that you crossed in the past and you know it, and you're looking at this situation like, damn, I'm always fucking up my relationships though. Like, I just don't want this to go wrong. Don't. The main thing with Sagittarius is, from what I've experienced and from what I know, is the thing is, you guys are naturally very impulsive people. Okay? I have a Sagittarius sun. I once had a Sagittarius, you know, I was in a relationship with a Sagittarius. And for me, being a Libra, I'm very analytical and logical. I like to think things out and plan things out, almost like an earth sign, before I engage, because just flying and you know, just doing everything, just go, 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 drives me crazy. It makes me feel unsafe. It makes me not feel stable. And I do feel like probably there's a number of you who have experienced the same things. So it's also a matter of you trying to find the balance of what's doing too much, what's doing too little, you know, really trying to balance out your approach of things. I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to approach this situation differently because you feel like in the past you've done things to mess it up. Also, others of you, you're trying to find the balance in your feelings and stuff too, because you've been hurt in the past, right? It's not necessarily that you did something, but I do feel like a lot of you, it's like you watch your impulses. And it's funny, this is a earth energy, which is completely opposite from your energy. It's the slowest energy in the bunch. So it's like, I'm really getting the sense like, slow down. Like, even if you really feel connected to this person, slow down. Everything's good, but don't just like gun for it, right? And you guys are really working on that. And that will really serve you well in this situation, I feel like. Hopes and fears. 9 of Pentacles. Now, this woman is a single woman. She's alone. Or at least as far as we know, right? But she's fine to be alone because she's got her shit together. She's got her house. She knows she could pay her own bills. She's like the person she can go out whenever she wants to and doesn't have to answer to anybody. She's got beautiful things around her. You know she's doing well in life because she shows you, like, through her material goods. And I do feel like for a number of you, it's like a hope and a fear. Like, of course you want to be doing well on your own. Of course you want to know that you can hold down the fort. Of course you want to be able to pay the bills independently of anybody. Like, you want to know that you can handle life and do things on your own should you have to. But a lot of you, I don't feel like that's what you want. I think you're afraid to be alone. You know, it's like a lot of times Sagittarius are very successful people because you guys are just go-getters. You're so smart. You're so creative. And you guys are really like big on your careers. And whenever you find something that you're really passionate about, you dive in. But it's almost like, again, balance, even with your work and career life, because it's like, I feel like a lot of you, you don't want to be that person who has all these great things, has a beautiful car, has a beautiful house, you know, has whatever clothes they want, goes on vacations all the time, and be alone. Like, I feel like it's both your hope and your fear. Like, yes, you want to know you can handle things on your own. Yes, you want to feel independently strong. But no, you don't want to have all these beautiful, lush things and be alone. Like, what is the point of that? I feel like that's what a lot of you guys are saying. Now, this Nine of Pentacles is sitting next to the Five of Cups. So, whether you're alone or not, because both of these people are alone, you can choose to go here and feel this way about it, or you can choose to go here on the good side and be like, you know what? I'm going to handle my business, and whatever happens, I'm going to be all right. It's really all in the way you decide to look at the situation. And I feel like you guys are really don't want to be alone because I feel like you guys really feel like you have a new connection. Right above that, we've got the Lovers, and this is what's in your energy, right? This is what's around you. And this is, of course, beautiful energy. Now, this can be Gemini, but really, this is like you found the one, honey. This is someone you feel really connected to, really passionate about, someone that you feel like you can be very vulnerable with. Because look, they're totally vulnerable with one another. They're naked, and being naked in front of someone, just like, hey, free, that takes a level of vulnerability, right? And you've got the angels at the top, like blessing the union, right? Again, like how I said, you guys, I feel like a lot of you have found someone who makes you feel like you can be vulnerable to them. It makes you feel like they are inclusive. They don't judge you. They're always there. They're very understanding. And that's just being reiterated with that Queen of Cups and that Two of Cups and that Ace of Cups. I really feel like a lot of you guys feel like you've found a strong connection. If it's not a loving situation, it's say like career, it's like you guys falling into that career that you feel really strongly about for once. Like this doesn't just feel like a job. This feels like something that you want to pursue and go forward and be well and, you know, do well and all that stuff. So that's beautiful. Up above that, where you guys are in this headspace, we've got a Two of Wands. Now, we've got all the twos except swords, right? We've got the Two of Wands, we've got Two of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. Again, this month is really about you guys trying to fall into an alignment, right? With, you know, falling into alignment with you, falling more in love with you. I do feel like a decision has to be made in some kind of capacity. And I am going to clarify this. Whatever it is, I feel like it's something you're going to be very passionate about. It could be this whole love situation, and that could have to do with the Two of Pentacles, whatever you're balancing, which I'm going to clarify that as well. Because overall, you're going through a death energy. Now, death, as we know, this is Scorpio energy. This is all about transformations. Now, this is in your outcome card. So don't be surprised if you start feeling like, especially towards the end to middle of the month, there is a shift. Now, with the death, it's not an easy energy when you're in it, okay? It's one of those things where you appreciate it after it's come and gone. Like hindsight is 2020, and you're like, okay, I can see why I had to go through these things that I went through. in order to get to this place, and I'm grateful now. But fuck, they were hard. You know, it's like that kind of energy. If things are shifting, and it's hard because it feels like you don't have control, right? It's like the old things are dying off so that new things could begin. And for a lot of you, I do feel like this old relationship, like you haven't completely shed everything, right? You haven't completely shed the feelings. And so like maybe this is that last hurrah of closing that cycle and, you know, getting your closure from the situation so that you can move forward with this new person in your life. Because there's someone here and you do feel very connected to them. But the thing is, if you have someone else in your heart space, in your head space, then you don't fully give that new person the chance that they deserve, right? It's like you can't fully give them all of you, and they can't give you all of them. And even if they do, you can't see it because you're still here. You know what I mean? Be easy on yourself, okay? Be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself moments to lash out. Give yourself moments to, girl, sometimes I have to go to my car and just scream when I'm driving. It's crazy. Do it, you know? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Be easy on yourself. Make sure you're having nice self-talk. Make sure you're doing things that make you happy. Make sure you're keeping yourself busy. Because this death energy, like I said, it is a difficult one when you're in it. It doesn't feel good, but it's all for growth and it's all for a greater purpose. And again, I do feel like a lot of you, it's because there are lingering feelings or something that you feel hasn't quite closed out from maybe a previous relationship that, you know, if you're being honest with yourself, is affecting you in the here and now. And we don't want that, right? So with that, I want to clarify some things, just a couple of cards. I'm going to use my new deck that I got on Mother's Day from my best friend. It's fucking dope. It's called the Illest Tarot deck, and I'm obsessed with it. So I'm going to use this to clarify a couple cards. First, I want to look at this Five of Cups energy. Five of Cups energy. You've got the Page of Pentacles with it. So again, going back to almost like that Two of Pentacles, trying to find the balance of, it's like you're still sad and still kind of crying over the past and things that didn't work, but you are actively at the same time trying to build for a future. And Page of Pentacles isn't just any kind of future. This is something that's sturdy and stable and long lasting. It's something that takes a minute to grow because Pentacle energy is very slow, but it's something that's reliable when it's there. You know, and also too, having to trying to find that balance of, you know, work and love and feeling abundant in both. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles, so I wanted to see a little bit more into what you were juggling. King of Swords. It's very important that you guys are very clear with where you stand, clear on your feelings. Especially if you feel like you really are dealing with this Queen of Cups energy, because if you feel like you're dealing with someone who you can talk to, you know, talk to them when you need to. Be careful though to not emotionally vomit all your shit on them, right? There's boundaries. I had a person that I dated in the past, actually the Sag, who, so for as long as I can remember, I've always been everybody's counselor. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always the problem solver. I don't know, it's the Libra in me. I see perspectives. I see everyone's perspectives. And I just really want everybody to get along genuinely. And I really want to help everybody genuinely. And I really want to find answers genuinely. I also, in my chart, have tons of water. and I also have Cancer as my rising. I'm mostly water. And my Scorpio is like, my Venus is in Scorpio. All type of shit. I'm watery, right? So I'm very much like this Queen of Cups energy. What people have to realize with the Queen of Cups energy is, yes, she is there for your problems. Yes, she is there to kind of help you problem solve, think things through, whatever. She's there for it to be a little shoulder to cry on. But even with that, it goes back to what I was talking about. There's boundaries, okay? In my relationship that I was with my Sagittarius, it was too much because it began to be every single time I talked to them, there was a problem that I'm having to solve or having to listen to where someone like me, very empathic, it started to play with my mind. It was like, okay, everything's like you always, because I'm the person who can easily look at a problem and fix it, usually not my own, but other people's. It's like everything that was going on, they kept giving me the problem rather than even trying to think about it and fix it themselves. Even simple things. So for me, it became like, damn, you're not even like thinking for yourself anymore. I'm frustrated. You know what I mean? Like, come on, I got a whole life too. Like, I got a son, I got a lot of things. I can't be everybody's problem solver. You know what I mean? And so it got to that point. So making sure that you guys have the boundaries, yes, be clear and have communication with this person, because I do feel like it's someone who can and will give it to you. But even with that, respect that they're not your paid professional. Okay? And respect that sometimes you have to find answers yourself. You can't expect everybody else to think for you. Okay? So just making sure that however this relationship is for you, making sure you're trying to balance things out and making sure that they're fair, making sure you're not emotionally vomiting on someone. Yes, speak your mind. Yes, be communicative, but also be a problem solver. The King of Swords, he's very smart. He's very logical. He's very direct. He comes from a place of logic, though. He doesn't lean on his emotions. He's going to do what makes sense. So for you guys are very passionate. You're a wand. It's going to be the balance of, yes, being in your feelings, and that's okay, especially if you feel very passionate about something, but you got to use a little bit of your intellect too and not lean too much on the other person, because I can tell you from experience, that shit is tired, okay? And it drives you crazy a little bit, because it's like, come on, so that's something to be mindful of. I'm just saying. All right. I want to clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, we've got, was that Seven of Swords? Yeah, you guys are having a lot of thoughts. So the Seven of Swords in the original depiction is like the trash ass thief or like liar, whatever. Be careful of the thoughts, okay, that you have swirling in your head. Be kind to yourself. Don't be using these swords to sick yourself, right? Also, be careful of your thoughts that you have in your head too, because you don't want to manifest something on accident. Whether we realize it or not, everything that we do, the way that we communicate, the way that we think, we are constantly in manifestation mode, right? So you want to be very, very clear on what it is that's on your heart and on your mind. And you want to be very kind to the things that you say to yourself, because those things can, they can show them their face. Because the thing is, Spirit doesn't answer to, oh, I don't want that. All Spirit hears is want that, want that, want that. And they bring more of whatever that thing is to you. So it's really about being mindful in that. Okay? I want to see the Lovers. Queen of Wands. Again, your energy. Yeah, so this is someone you're really passionate about. Whenever I get the Queen of Wands too, it always lets me know that whatever it is that you want to pursue, as long as you're going through it passion or like going towards it passionately, um, you will find success in that. This person makes you feel like yourself again, if you know what I mean. This person for you feels like home. Okay? No, that's right. Two of Wands. The Moon. All right, Erykah Badu with the Moon, okay? And the Two of Wands. The Moon can talk about evolving. It definitely speaks to evolving, a gradual, evolving. Because remember, the Moon is never the same any 2 nights, okay? It's like that gradual change. But also, I do feel like there are some certain like hidden things that need to come to light. And I don't necessarily feel like they're secrets, but again, I think it speaks to that death energy because that's what's, right above it. That death energy and that Five of Cups energy of letting there's something you have to let go. And if it helps you to speak on it, then fine. But there's definitely, I get a lot of you guys, there's something you have to let go in order to move forward. Okay? And I do feel like, ooh, buzz in my ear. I do feel like, full moon. What's the new moon? New moon. June 13th. I don't know. That's sticking out to me for some reason. Something about the new moon to help you get new perspective. But I do feel like there are things you're going to have to bring light to, not in order to like cause a ruckus or cause drama for yourself, but it's like you guys are struggling with some type of a closure. Okay? So the Death card, we've got the Ace of Cups. So you guys are going, into this new transformation, and I do feel strongly like it has to do with your love life, right? You guys are going through this death experience so that you guys can come out on top in love and be available to love someone new and be available to have your cup run over. I mean, you've got 2 Aces of Cups, and they're pretty much right next to each other, right? That says something. You got really good new love here that wants to be here for you. You got to let go of whatever you're holding on to in the past, whether it's grudges or, like feeling of lack and insecurity and like, ooh, I'm not good enough. You got to let it go because whoever this is, they think you're good enough. You got a true connection. And I really feel that strongly. You got the 2 of Cups, lovers, 2 Ace of Cups. Fucking, like there's love, new love everywhere. But, there's some things that could be let go of, okay? So I hope this reading was helpful to you guys. Please let me know if it was in the description box. If you need a personal reading to work this out, all my information is in my About tab. You can email me. I've got the pricing and my menu, and we can take it from there, okay? So I hope you guys have a really good June, and I'll see you in July. Bye, Sag.